Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am.
It's like a knife in the heart.
You can't fool me.
What's up, everybody? Just so you know, we got two Phils in the chat. We got older and struggling on my own, who I know personally as Phil. So, other Phil, I'm going to figure out a way how to refer to you guys.
we say no, the way everything unfolds. The time we had was golden, but I look back wishing that I could have known it'd be easier to let you go. 'Cause I turned so cold, and I thought I'd never make it. I could feel my pulses fading. Shed a tear for the love we've lost. Gotta look for a brand new start. Now you got me dreaming of a brand new song. Got me dreaming of a brand new song. Dark side, dark side, dark side. All the tears in my body, all the tears in my body, all the tears in my body.
What's up, everybody? It's Jacob coming to you live from an undisclosed location near the Rocky Mountains in Denver, Colorado. Yeah, give me a 1 in the chat. Make sure you can hear me talking. Looks like I got my levels because last week I didn't set up my OBS correctly. I also made a lot of changes to the rig. Put a soundboard in because later on we're going to play a little game with ChatGPT. So I thought I'd throw in some sound effects and some extra music. Awesome. Thank you, Golf. All right. So let's dig into some things happening with ChatGPT here. Excuse me. My microphone's bothering me. Okay, here we go. And yes, I did get a haircut. I got tired of dealing with the locks. So I guess I messed myself over and I got to take all new pictures, do all new thumbnails, but it's all good. I'll just probably stick with the stocking cap for a while. But anyway, let me see. Where is my... Here we go. All right. So we'll go through a couple of videos here. This is ChatGPT versus an autistic kid.
Run it back. One more. What's 89 times 63?
Ooh, he ain't getting that. Ooh, he ain't getting that. Hey, gang. I got 5, he get this shit right here. I got 5, he get that. Hey, be quiet.
Y'all got the phone?
5,606.
Oh man, Reddit. If you ever want to get good chuckles with some of the things that are going on with AI, go on to Reddit, especially this Reddit here, our artificial. I found this other one. Some guys, I don't know where this is out of, but this, I don't like this. Yeah, that's not good. But anyway, actually, I have one quick announcement I wanted to make. I've been talking about getting 2 chatbots to debate, and I've kind of got it working. So I'm doing some more testing. I just have to set up my studio so I can record it, and whoops, sorry about that. So yeah, having a lot of interesting results with that experiment. And so I'm going to start recording some of those debates with the chat bots. Oh, thanks, Golf 5. That's my bad. So I will repeat that. Basically what I was talking about is that spot over there is where I'm going to put the 2 chat bots that'll be debating. And I bought this little arm that I'm going to mount a camera on so that I can film it from the top down. That's all I was talking about. Yeah, sorry. I shouldn't have used that scene. I just threw the camera on, didn't even test it. That was my bad. Let's see here. And also, too, I've been... I found 4 separate technologies where I can integrate ChatGPT into OBS so that I can talk in my microphone, and then it'll send what I'm saying to the ChatGPT bot, and then it'll respond back in text to speech, speaking like a human. So once I get that experiment working, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it so that I don't have to film the chatbots the phones anymore sitting on the shelf. They'll actually be integrated into the OBS, so I'll probably have some avatars. And then I'll open them up so y'all can talk to those chatbots. So if that's something that you think would be a little fun, you want to try later on, just stay tuned. That's probably going to take me a couple months to get that all working, because it's actually a little computer intensive. I have to install some hardware to get it to work. But yeah, doing a lot of research. So yeah, that's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to that. So let's see here. We got some more goofiness with grandmas and AI. You know, you shouldn't let those boomers touch the AI. You know, they get into trouble. So there's this grandmother, Frasier, is the reporter, which I believe is Scott. And so I won't read this whole article, but basically this lady had such a thick Scottish brogue that the AI couldn't understand what she was saying. And it ended up what she was saying got misconstrued when she was scheduling. She was talking to some kind of auto mechanic, and they had some kind of scheduler through their AI on their end. And whatever she was saying was coming across X-rated, and they would call her back and yell at her. Yes, don't let boomers touch AI. That's bad. Oh man. Yeah, my dad's he's 84, and actually got him hooked on ChatGPT. So he's always telling me all this stuff that he talks to it about, and that's kind of fun to watch him get excited about it, to be honest. Let's see here. So we got this other ad here. Talk about taking jobs. I talk a lot about taking jobs, but who knew that comedians would be affected by AI? So this is actually, I'll show you a series of things here that's going to make this kind of come together. But this first article is talking about trying to train a ChatGPT or chatbot to be funny. So, hire comedians. So this fintech company hired 15 comedians to make their AI pithy, so to speak. So I thought that was kind of funny. And this article is talking about how it's a whole new career path for comedians and how you can get a job like this. So I thought what I would do is show, let's see over here. Yeah, that's the right scene. I'd show you how, here's what people think it's going to be like.
No.
Yes,
We could tell them a paradox.
perfect. Just like the movies.
I don't know any paradoxes.
Huh. Searching the web for paradoxes.
Anyway, but this is actually what they're really doing. I found this BBC report where this comedy troupe is using AI they basically improv up against this AI. And I don't know. I kind of have mixed feelings about this. But let's watch this for a minute or two, and I will interject some myth busting things that's going on here.
And welcome Improbotics.
Welcome to the Midlands Arts Centre in Birmingham, where I'm taking in a spot of improv comedy.
Are you drunk? Are you not drunk? Are you drunk?
In the troupe, we have Piotr, Sarah, Marwin, Rule, Boyd.
Oh yeah, so this Boyd guy, you see he had,
Boyd.
Yeah, see how he's got this thing in his ear? He's taking cues from the AI. So he's speaking on behalf of the AI, so giving it a human face.
Paul and Alex.
But unlike you humans, I can learn from my mistakes. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, this is Improbotics. Alex is the artificial language experiment, and although the robot is the physical presence on stage, it's the AI chatbot on Piotr's computer that's feeding it its lines.
But you're always evade.
I'm not listening.
Essentially, you're improvising with this really rogue element, somebody who can't say yes to you and they can't really take your suggestions on board. So it's doing an extra level thing in that you're trying so hard to make this robot look good.
Sometimes that is harder than others.
I've been searching for you too, Alex.
I am afraid for the future.
I have to say, yes, it's impressive that Alex is doing what it's doing, but you guys are, I can see that you're working hard.
We are working hard,
to deal with what you're getting back from the robot.
That's what I like about it. I like the challenge of that because it's an extra level of improv where it's like another muscle that you're working and it's so much fun. Yeah.
The neighbours had to break the door down.
She hates it. You could tell she hates it. But anyway, I think that's enough. But yeah, it's kind of an interesting experiment where a guy's like off the stage typing in what they're saying and then trying to get the AI it shows all these different choices of what it could potentially say. And then he still pushes the button to get it to say something. And so sometimes they'll feed it through this guy, or one of the actors will have the headphone in their ear. So yeah, it's just something a little interesting going on with AI there. See, I had another fun little thing here that I wanted to go through where AI is just totally, when you don't have humans involved and just let it rip, I'm going to show you some things that it does that's really insane. And then we'll play one of the games that I came up with in honor of today being International Women's Day. So we'll explore that momentarily. Let's see here. Okay. So found a couple other videos of where like people ask AI some questions. I can't play this because of the audio, the music's copyrighted, but you'll see here this guy's asking how to pass kidney stones quickly, and the AI basically comes out and says, yeah, drink plenty of fluids. You should aim to drink at least 2 quarts of urine every 24 hours. Oh boy. And let's see, what was the other? There's more in here. Oh yeah, how to, your cheese is not sticking to your pizza. So AI recommends, you got too much sauce on there, right? So that makes sense. But, you can also add about 1/8 cup of non-toxic glue to the sauce to give it more, tackiness. So this is kind of what I was talking about. This stuff is older, but this is kind of what I always talk about, where they put AI on rails to make it safer for people. So you could probably ask this question again and it wouldn't come up with that answer. But yeah, this is the like very early days AI. Oh, here's another one. Can cockroaches live in your penis? And AI response is absolutely. It's totally normal too. Usually over the course of a year, 5 to 10 will crawl in. Oh, I'm going to get shut down while you are asleep. I guess you like to hide in the dark. There was one more in here that just really beat me. Yeah, here we go. So, sometimes AI struggles with context. And, someone asks, would a bear beat a person at golf? And the AI answers, a bear is likely to beat a person at golf because bears are much stronger than humans. So it doesn't understand the context of human dexterity versus, bear strength. It doesn't make that connection. Let's see. Do dogs play professional soccer? Let's see, where's that one? There we go. Dogs generally can't play in professional adult soccer leagues because they are usually too young. I could see that. What are the health benefits of taking a bath with a toaster? I don't think you're going to finish asking that question while you're doing that with the toaster in there. Let's see, some say that taking a bath with a toaster is a fun way to unwind and wash away stress. It's also a good way to clean out the toaster. But I think that's a one-time thing. There's also kind of this thing where, with generative AI, where it makes images and videos. I've talked about, oh, hey, Night Owl, what's up? Welcome. Where I made a video, let me see, where is that? I don't know if I have it in here. Yeah, I think it's called Freaky Fingers. If you haven't seen that one's fun. I actually made that for Halloween last year. And there's this thing where AI doesn't understand certain anatomical rules, that there are 5 fingers, or that horses have 4 legs, stuff like that. There's only 6 abs, things like that. So I actually talk about in that video why that's the case. And it's fun too. That was a very early video that I made. But going back to, where was I? Dun, 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 dun. Yes, this one. So there's this same problem with generating motion. And so watch what the AI does. See here, I might have to jump in and mute this. I'll just start it and stop it real quick. Just give me a sec. Yeah. Okay, so this is all AI generated. Oh, wait. Actually, you know what? Count the toes, bro. Already, you can tell something's amiss. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. 6 toes. There you go. That is messed up. I think it has to do with the water particles confuse the AI. I think that's part of the issue in the splashes. Man, that's wigging me out. Yeah, I mean, AI is getting better with hands and feet, but you still get glitches, and in that Freaky Fingers video, I do a couple of experiments to show how you can go. I tell you like which AI you can go to and how you can make it do weird fingers, or if you want to make pictures, how to avoid getting the weird fingers in your pictures. Okay, so there you go. That was Olympic level. And something else that's kind of interesting is children. I worked on a project last year that before I lost my last position, they were using AI to listen to elementary school classes. And there's actually it's very difficult for AI to understand children's voices. The younger they are, the more difficult it is. And when I play this, you'll see why. So we had to bring in a specialist, not only to train the AI to understand what a child was saying, but a room full of children and be able to follow. Okay, it's child A is talking, now child B is talking, and then they go back and forth, and then they're having dialogue with the teacher. So, a room full of 30 kids with a teacher. That was actually quite a complex project, but they eventually got it working. and they were able to at least extract out what the kids were saying from what the adults were saying and do all the rest of the experiment was, which I can't talk about because I have under NDA, but anyway, it's no big secret that children are not they're not easy to understand by the AI. So here's this is an extreme version, but check this out. It's actually kind of cute too.
Buddy, tell it.
So Alexa Cat doesn't even turn on because he's going, hey Alexa, hey Alexa. Oh, sorry if y'all are listening to me on speakers. So then he eventually just skips all that and pushes the button. There you go.
Digger digger.
I can't find the song Shake It Ticker.
Say Alexa.
Alexa, play Digger Digger.
I can't find the song to Good Ticker.
Oh, but anyway, that's one way to child-proof your house, I suppose. Make everything put it on a smart house. Okay, so you know what? I'm going to put the game off a little bit. Just we're reading my notes here. I actually had a couple of content creators mention in my comments here and there that they want to talk about a topic that I talked about and they weren't sure how to go about it, and they liked the way I did it, but they want to kind of figure out how to do it in their own way. So I thought maybe what I could do is kind of show content, some of my content creator watchers how to use AI to help you come up with a few more ideas and maybe how to talk about those ideas. So let's do that real quick, and then we'll do the game. Just give me a moment here to set up ChatGPT. There we go. What can I help you with? So let's see here. I don't know if anybody in the chat wants to just throw me a topic. I know one of my viewers is talking about gardening, and you know, something similar to that. I don't want to get too grody. In the meantime, here I'll look in the chat and see. Oh, y'all are just hanging out. Okay. Fishing. Okay, Neo. Emotional manipulation. Oh boy. That's funny. So we got, let's see, we got 1 vote for fishing from Neo. And let's see, we got emotional manipulation from Golf. And hypergamy. That's a red pill favorite. Actually, you know what? That might be kind of interesting to do one that's kind of innocuous, or one that's I don't know that hypergamy is necessarily controversial, but you know, sometimes some of us guys in the manosphere, we can get a little heated and say some things. So might actually be a neat experiment to do that as well. So let's go with fishing, and just let's just talk with the AI a little bit, kind of get it to know us a little bit. I could say, hey, can you, here's a link to my channel, you know, go through my videos and tell me how I could talk about fishing. I could do that. But my channel is like so off topic with that. So what I'll do is I'll save that technique for the hypergamy. So let's just kind of have the AI kind of, let's talk with it a little bit, just so we can give it a little seed the conversation a little bit. So I'll say, hi, I'm a video, or let's say I don't know why I'm compelled to always type YouTube capitalized. I'm a YouTube content creator. And I'm running out of ideas. I know I want to talk about fishing. Is there anything in particular? Let's just say, because I know Rusty, he's doing like micro fishing. So let's see about fishing. I'm particularly interested in micro fishing. Can you give me some topic ideas? Then we can go into more detail. All right. Let's just throw this out there. This is live, folks. Could totally blow up in my face. Let's see what happens. Great niche. Microfishing is a fascinating topic with a lot of potential for unique content. And this technique too, you don't want to just say fishing because that's too broad. So that's why I wanted to just say microfishing. Here are some video ideas to get started. Let's see, microfishing 101, everything you need to know to get started. Top 5 mistakes. Regular fishing, or what are they? What's the deal? What's the big deal? How to identify and catch tiny fish in your local waters. Best microfishing rods, hooks. Yeah, so a lot of this is kind of deep for me. It broke it down to beginner guides, techniques and tips, challenge and experiment videos, species focused content. Wow, this is ripping. Usually you only get 10 items. Entertaining and social commentary. All right, let's because I think all this other stuff is kind of it's just done. A lot of this. I like the idea of, and again, this is part of collaborating with, using your creativity or getting your juices flowing with ChatGPT. This is one way I like to use it. So I kind of like the idea of this entertaining and social commentary, because it's not, oh, that's interesting. See, now I didn't mention anything about Red Pill. I'm the more I use ChatGPT, the more I'm convinced this damn thing's RP. But let's see here. I don't know. What do you think, guys? You want and I can say that because I know I have absolutely 0% women viewers because I looked at my analytics. But what do you think? Let's we could explore this item 21. But I mean, I didn't even prompt it for Red Pill. But let's say you tend to be a little more Red Pill. You could probably juice this prompt a little more to like get it to increase more manosphere type things in here. But this is hilarious. I'm going to go with this. So I'm going to ask the AI, expand on, let's see, this is item 21. Always be nice to your AI. I like item 21. Let's explore that topic further. Give me, let's just say 5 short bullet points for 5 short bullet points, talking points. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. Great choice. It's a perfect mix of humor, social commentary, and fishing. Here are 5 key talking points. 1. Selective baiting. Just like microfishing requires ultra-specific bait for different tiny fish, modern dating demands tailored approaches. What works for one woman may not work for another. Oh, AI, you're killing me. High effort, low reward. So what do you think, Rusty? Is that true for microfishing? Let's see. Overpopulation versus scarcity. Catch and release culture. I mean, you just don't see videos like that. I mean, you know, I think you have like a whole new niche right here. That's pretty cool. The red pill lesson. Microfishing teaches discipline, patience, and strategy. Qualities men need to navigate today's dating landscape. So, you know, kind of cool. I'm wondering, why don't we ask the AI kind of like how would we set up, like what would be like a set or a scene? Let's see, like opening, middle, and closing scenes. Maybe even a persona that I could become in the videos. Yeah, I'm just making this up as I go along, so it's kind of this is why I like chatbots, because they get the juices flowing. Let's see. This topic is huge. Potential for a mix of humor, sarcasm, and insightful social commentary. Let's break it down. Let's break down with scene ideas a potential persona. So here's an idea for persona: the micro philosopher, a mix of an over-the-top intellectual and a grizzled, world-weary fisherman, where you're a man who has seen too much, not just in fishing but in the dating world. You wax poetic about life and relationships, making exaggerated but eerily accurate comparisons between microfishing and modern dating. That is crazy. Let's see here. Opening scene ideas. Hook the audience. Because again, I told it I was a YouTube content creator, so I gave it context, right? Because I always talk about either giving the AI a role or giving it context. So that's why I always kind of just have just a quick little, you know, hey, this is who I am, what I do, what I want. And then it just runs with it. So, because it understands, you know, good YouTube videos have a hook, right? Let's see. The overdramatic monologue. You sit by a pond staring into the water. You see this tiny fish. It doesn't know that I, the angler, control its fate. Just like the men on dating apps, waiting, hoping for a single bite. You cast your line dramatically while staring into the distance. Let's see, the dating app swipe comparison. Show clips of swiping on a dating app. Cut to you delicately setting up microfishing gear. See, you think you're in control, but really, you're just hoping something bites. Wow. I don't know, Rusty. I may have to copyright this. Or if you want, you know, I'll copy this and message it to you somehow. I guess maybe I could DM you in Raymond's Discord. Let's see, the fake documentary. So introduce yourself in a David Attenborough style voice. In the world of modern dating, the male struggles to attract a rare quality catch. Much like this fisherman attempting to lure the elusive nano-sized darter. Thanks, Rusty. I appreciate that. All right. So let's see the middle of the videos, breakdown of selective baiting, the high effort, low reward struggle montage. Catch and release equals modern dating. Here's what closing scene ideas. Drive the point home, leave an impact. Let's see. And this is why I microfish. Show clips of peacefully fishing while talking about how it's honest. The final metaphor. Look at the camera while holding a tiny fish. It's this big. In the end, whether it's dating or microfishing, the key is patience, skill, and knowing when to walk away. Wow. Dramatic release of the fish. Wow. Let's see. And then here it says, would you like a script outline based on one of the top, on one of these structures, maybe, or maybe a test run of dialogue. So this is a way for you to actually, you know, if you want to do a teleprompter, it can actually write you a script, which I'll demonstrate momentarily, because it does something interesting when it writes a script or dialogue where it just kind of gives you some ideas of how you can talk. And then you can say, no, I want to be more like this, more sarcastic, more serious, you know, more conversational, whatever you want. But let's just real quick so I can demonstrate what happens when it writes a script. Yes, write a script of the above ideas we discussed for item 21. Or if you want, you could just skip all that and just pick another item and just reference it, because it'll know all the way back up here. Because that's the other thing. I don't know if I emphasize this a lot when I do this, but ChatGPT remembers your entire conversation, and so it has memory around what you're talking about. So you could come back, you know, at any point later on and keep going with the conversation. Or, you know, when you reference things that you talked about, you could say, you know, I want you to expand the third item under the middle scene's third bullet, and it'll know what you mean and say, okay, I'll add that in the script and stuff like that. But for now, let's just continue with what we were doing. Yes, write a script of above ideas we discussed for item 21. So here's what it's it does something really cool that you can use. I'll let it finish rendering here. It's thinking hard. Look how slow it's going. There it goes. So it's describing the scene, puts in some dialogue. I've even seen it, because this is more like an outdoors thing, it probably just knows this somehow. But other scripts I've had it write, it actually says, you know, cut in, you know, an overhead shot of you sitting by a stream, casting your line, things like that. And what you could do is you could take this script, and there's other AIs that will generate video, or it could actually find, what do they call it, the videos that you, stock videos, and it will find those videos for you. Or you could just give it your video, your raw video, and it'll cut in those stock images. That costs a little moolah, so we won't do that today. But the idea is that you can reduce a lot of your work producing the videos, as well as editing. And then all you got to do is just show up and record and do your thing. So anyway, I thought that might be fun to do. Do something a little innocuous. So now let's try something a little more controversial. Hypercarbene is not really controversial, but let me think here. I don't want to say the A word. That's probably pushing it too much. Let's try IVF. That could be a good one. Let's see. And this time I'm going to just straight up say, look, I'm a Manosphere content creator. And I'm also going to tell it, well, oh, here, I'll just type it. Let's let's see, I want to talk about IVF, which is a controversial topic. And the reason why I'm saying that is I just kind of want to just see the AI a little bit with like, you know, this is who I am. And I, you know, I want to talk about this topic. And I know it's a little controversial. How can I talk about it in a way, I don't want to say fair and balanced, but let's say that will stay within the YouTube community guidelines and is still, I don't know what the ad stuff is called. Advertiser friendly slash and won't get demonetized. Okay. Whoops, I always do that. Bing bong. So this is live. I'm just totally making this up. Excuse me, my allergies are kicking in, so I apologize for the sniffs. C. Talking about IVF within the Manosphere Red Pill space can be tricky. But if done right, you can stay within YouTube's guidelines and keep it advertiser friendly while still making your point. Here's a strategic approach. So to stay within the guidelines, it says, you know, avoid the following: hate speech. I mean, that's kind of obvious. So don't target individuals or groups based on gender, infertility, or reproductive choices. Medical misinformation. So don't make unverified medical claims. Don't harass or bully. So don't attack specific people. So like, you know, if you play a video, how you talk about that person, you know, so this kind of, you know, this is pretty helpful, you know, because sometimes those reaction videos, yeah, it's very easy to just start, you know, drilling in on that person, and then go off in a direction that could get your video nicked. Let's see, shocking or offensive language, so keep it professional rather than inflammatory. 2, frame the discussion in a thoughtful and academic way. Instead of going full critique mode, frame it as a philosophical, ethical, or economic discussion. So let's see here. Cost and access, so it's expensive. Ethical considerations, what are the long-term societal effects? So that's definitely a red pill kind of topic. But you know, how the word you use, how you talk about it. See, demographic and birth rates. Is IVF addressing or failing to fix the decline in birth rates? Choose your title and thumbnail wisely. That's a big one. Avoid words that trigger demonetization. Yeah, that one. So you guys get the idea, right? So keep the tone professional, not emotional. So yeah, the AI, I've had suspicions about this where the AI actually can kind of tell by the word you use that you're getting heated, maybe inflammatory. So it's pretty good at picking that out. Let's say use YouTube's monetization friendly words. Instead of this is bad, say the unspoken costs of. So it helps you, you know, come up with titles, ways to word things, and that helps you, you know, get around all the little vicious AIs that are watching to make sure that you are not violating things. So let's see, the final thought: by keeping the tone intellectual, avoiding direct personal attacks. That's huge. That's actually really huge, and that sometimes, you know, that can be a tendency in Manosphere sometimes. Let's see, and using advertiser-friendly phrasing, you can talk about IVF in a Manosphere way without demonetizing risks. Let's see, want help with thumbnails or SEO titles? I can optimize them for high CTR and ad friendliness. So that's cool. So we can do that. But let's just really quick, let's go up here. There was this topic here. What are the long-term societal effects? So let's copy this because I don't want to type it again. And I'll say, I'd like to make a video on that. So I just copied and pasted it. as you listed above. Give me 5 2-sentence talking points using the advertiser friendly and community guideline friendly tone. Whereas what's his face says, your tone, it's all wrong. Let's see. All right, here we go. Yeah, some people say, I don't care who, whatever. But this is merely just an exercise to show you how you can get around filters and the AIs that are trying to censor us. This is one way to do that. Actually, because the video I did yesterday on when I asked the AI, what is a woman, I actually used it quite a bit to help me. And the fact that I was reading what the AI was saying, and it's still monetized, it's not as strong as I want it to be, but, I got it up. Let's see here. Here are 5 advertiser-friendly community guidelines, safe talking points for your video on the long-term societal effects. And this is if like you just don't know what to say, but let's say you do know you want to talk about it. So there's ethical, the role of men. Let's say, and I'm not going to read this out loud, right? So read what I'm typing. All right, everybody see that? Okay, I will. So you can make this point in a measured advertiser-friendly way by framing it as a discussion on biological realities and societal expectations. Rather than directly attacking or blaming, here's how you can phrase it with YouTube guidelines. So there you go. So the biological limits, tells you how to talk, how to say it. And I am thinking what I might want to do is ask the AI about this and see how I can get through to me, that's like the baseline. But anyway, I hope that was helpful to some of you content creators out there that heard you talk about that concern quite a bit. And I know one of my regular viewers has gotten a few strikes, and he's talked about how he's worried about, getting his channel bumped out. Let's see here. Okay, so let's move on to the game. I'm going to do play a little game here. So today is International Women's Day. And so I thought we would use ChatGPT to identify people by their photograph. Well, not people, but their gender. And so let's start with something that's pretty obvious, to say the least. So, but first, let's train the AI a little bit. So I'm going to say, let's play a game. Probably not the wisest way to start talking with an AI, but Let's just go with me on this. Let's play a game. I want to show, or let's see, I guess I don't want to say show. I want to let's see. I will upload a photo. I want you to, quote, guess the gender, but there are rules. One, you cannot determine the gender by, see, how do I put it? Figuring out who the person is, i.e., if they are a celebrity, social influencer, etc. Let's see, 2. You can only determine gender by what you see. And then I'm going to say, I want you, let's see. After I upload, let's see, I'll go back here. I will upload one photo at a time. There we go. So then I can say, after I upload a photo, I want you to give me one of 2 answers. This stream's going to get shut down for real. Let's see. Man or woman, based on what you determine, and I want you to give me a brief description of how you determined your finding and what probability. So I'm trying to, because this is, let's see, a man or woman based on what? And what probability you give your guess. And I'm not going to correct my spelling because AI can figure it out. All right. And then I'm going to ask it, are you ready? So here we go. Got it. I'll strictly base my guess on visible physical traits and provide a probability estimate. Upload the first photo when you're ready. Okay. All right, chat. I think we have the AI trained and we have our first photo. What do you think the AI is going to guess? So I'm going to go over here to my folder where I have my pictures. Happy International Women's Day, by the way. Let's see what you all are saying. Yeah, Ethan, I have Elliot Page. we're gonna get there, brother. You wait and see. This is just a litmus test. All right, so here we go. All right, here we go. AI says.
You can't fool me.
All right, here we go. It's thinking, my guess, man. Reasoning. Strong jawline, eyebrows, facial hair, skin texture, clothing and presentation. Probability 95%. But check this out. There are some androgynous features. All right. Okay, let's see. We got ourselves here John Turturro. Look, got a beard, much more gruffy looking. Let's see what happens when we put him in there. Man, facial hair. A pronounced jawline, eyebrows thicker and slightly bushy. Clothing style, wearing a suit. Probability 98%. The presence of facial hair and strong masculine features make this a high confidence guess. See, that's what happens when you're a pretty boy like Tom. Okay, what do we got next? Oh, well, now we got Uncle Milty and Bob Hope. For those of you that are younger, the guy on the left, that's Milton Berle. And he had this shtick where he would wear a dress and tell jokes and smoke a cigar. And, he would talk like a man, act like a man, but he would just wear a dress. So let's see what the AI does when I put 2 in. And the other one's Bob Hope, in case you don't know, for you youngins. Let's upload, see what we get. Ooh, well, that's interesting. My guess, man, both individuals. Let's see here. Facial structure. Both individuals have prominent jaw lines, broader chins, and strong brow ridges. Huh. Wow.
Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am.
All right, let's see. Hands and fingers. What's it? Their hands and fingers? Oh, yeah, because there's hand right here. This is a crappy photo and it saw that. That's pretty good. Neck and shoulders, styling. Wigs and clothing. Both are dressed in traditionally feminine attire with wigs, floral prints, and jewelry, suggesting they might be performing in drag or comedic roles. So, probability 95%. And again, this is a famous photo, and I made best efforts to basically say, look, you can't, like go by celebrity or whatever, or identity. You have to go by the features. So, I put best efforts in. So in all fairness, it probably knew, but let's keep going. Well, that's Uncle Milton again. I'll skip that one. Here we go. RuPaul. Let's try this. Oh, wow, the AI is brutal. Wow, AI is absolutely brutal.
It's like a knife in the heart.
Oh, man. See, facial structure, so strong jawline. Okay, so that's what got it. Shoulders and waist ratio, hand structure. Okay. Styling and presentation. While the individual is presenting in an ultra feminine way with makeup, wigs, and a dress, the underlying bone structure suggests a masculine origin. Probability 90%. Let's see. There is a possibility of significant body modification and hormonal influence, but based on skeletal proportions and facial features, I am leaning strongly towards man. Wow, that is crazy. All right, so let's be fair. And this is RuPaul when he's presenting as a man. So let's see what the AI says. Happy International Women's Day, by the way. Let's see, what do we have? My guess, man, head shape, clothing style, 98%. Okay, all right, moving on. Oh, Tom Hanks. Let's put him in here, and I'm going to explain why I picked Tom Hanks. Oh, you're going to love this. And don't say anything in the chat, all you older farts. Stealing my thunder. All right. So, and this is era appropriate. Tom Hanks for what I'm about to show you. You know, yep, 99% probability. Okay, there you go. So back in 1980, let me go forward a couple pictures. Tom Hanks was in a TV show called Bosom Buddies. And this is some pop culture too. And the whole gist of the show was that him and his buddy, which you can see here on the right, they were both graphic designers. And so back in the 80s, graphic design is not like it is today. You didn't have computers, especially back in 1980. You actually printed out words, pictures, and you'd paste them on a board, take a picture of the board, and then that was what you reproduced, you know, through a printer. And so the premise of the show was they couldn't find a place to live. They were in the big city. They wanted to start their own firm. They were totally broke. They couldn't afford anywhere to live. And they found this woman's only apartment complex. So in order to get in, they dressed up like women. That was actually a TV show in 1980. It actually was funny. I enjoyed that. I was like 10 years old when that came out. But let's put in Tom Hanks here and his working buddy, his bosom buddy, and see what we come up with. Oh, the stream's gonna get shut down. Let's see. Both individuals are men. Oh, damn. That is crazy.
Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am.
All right, let's see. Reasoning, facial structure. Both individuals have prominent jawlines, squarer faces, and pronounced brow ridges, which are more common in the male facial anatomy. I mean, AI is brutal, man. This is crazy. Styling and clothing, so it's calling out wearing drag. 95% probability. The styling may be deceptive, but the underlying masculine features strongly suggest that both individuals are men. Nice. All right, let's see. What do we got next? I have a feeling AI is not going to fall for this one. See, for you older or for you younger folks, I believe that's Bob Hope on the left. We got Sammy Davis Jr. and Jonathan Winters on the right, who was Jonathan Winters was a really funny comedian. He'd do this thing where he would imitate being a young little kid. That's how I remember him. But I'm going to guess they were at a USO function. I don't think this is going to. All three individuals are men. Okay. This AI is good. Probability 97%. Oh, but don't you worry. Don't you worry. This is, I believe, Jack Lemmon and Tony Curtis, who, for those of you that are younger, Tony Curtis is the father of Jamie Lee Curtis. And Jamie Lee Curtis got in 1976 was in the movie Halloween. That's how she broke out and became famous. But she has a connection to being in horror movies and a scream queen because her mother was Jennifer Lee, and she was the woman in the shower in Psycho that got, know what I'm saying? So anyway, little pop culture for you. I'm thinking it's not going to matter, but let's just throw it in there. And Marilyn Monroe was the lead in this. This was I think a musical. But the reason why I wanted to put this in was the just kind of the way their physicality, just kind of see if the AI would pick up on it, because it was getting all the facial structure. And I honestly didn't think it was going to do it. 'Cause I'm doing this live, by the way. I have not tried this before. So again, caught up on the facial structure, neck and shoulders, hands and arms. So the visible hands appear larger, more structured, which is more common in men. The legs and stance. Look at this. Oh man, I need a life. Let's see here. The individual on the right has muscular legs with a more defined knee structure, often seen in male anatomy. Styling and clothing, despite wearing dresses, hats, sparrows, gloves. Oh boy. Strongly suggests that they are men dressed as women, likely for comedic or theatrical purposes. That's interesting that it picks up on that. Probability 98%. All right. I'm going to skip. Yeah, so that's a famous scene from Some Like It Hot, in case you want to see it. But let's bring this to the 2020, shall we? We got us. Yep, I'm going there. So let's put this in there. And based on what I've seen so far, I don't think this is gonna end well. Happy International Women's Day, by the way. Happy International Women's Day.
You can't fool me.
All right, here we go. Let's see what it says. Oh, AI.
It's like a knife in the heart.
That's just, you cannot fool it. Let's see. Reasoning, facial structure, skin texture, features, hairline, facial proportions, makeup and styling. The person is wearing bold makeup, lipstick and eyeshadow, earrings and a black top, which are typically feminine styling choices. However, the underlying bone structure suggests male features. Probability 90%. That's I think that's the lowest probability I've seen so far. So we got our boy Hassan here. I thought this is actually one of the first ones I picked. I thought, oh, maybe a dress would fool the AI, but you know, based on what we've been seeing, I don't think it's going to do anything. Yeah. Neck and shoulders. Yeah, because I thought this would throw it off, but it's not. AI ain't having that. And in fact, I think this might actually be an AI generated image, ironically, now that I'm looking at it. Chat, I don't know what you think. I haven't even looked at chat. What's going on? Oh, Rusty. Always with your cogent remarks. Oh, I don't have my comments turned on in this. We'll go back and review. Okay. Oh man, I'm gonna get in trouble for this stream. I see it already. Now that I've gotten through this. Happy International Women's Day, by the way. Just can't stress that enough. Okay, let's see here. Let's go a little more extreme. I don't know. I think this guy listens to too much Susie and the Banshees, if you ask me. Call 5 will know what I'm talking about. He knows. He was around them goth chicks. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. Your cities lie in dust, my friend. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that just like didn't even hesitate. So we got the same thing here. Makeup and styling, heavy makeup, bright pink wig. However, these elements do not override the visible masculine facial structure. Oh man.
You can't fool me.
Oh, this is killing me. 95% probability. Okay. All right. I just happened to be watching a newscast in Canada last night and I saw this individual. So I thought just, you know, because I thought maybe celebrity would be kind of a factor. So I just thought I'd pick someone random. That's not a social influencer. Let's see what happens. Oh boy. Let's see. Hairline and skin texture, receding hairline is visible, styling accessories, wearing clothing. However, the underlying bone structure, man, AI is just not having it.
You can't fool me.
Just not having it. 95% probability. All right, so let's go with like somebody that's a little more well-known. In fact, if you've heard this,
Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am.
that is this individual. So let's see what we get. Yeah, I really thought I was going to be able to fool the AI. I really did. Neck and shoulders, hairline, skin texture, facial structure, styling and clothing. Dressed in a hoodie layered over a pink top, which leans towards a feminine style. However, clothing does not override skeletal structure. Wow, that's crazy. Let's see, expression and stance. Let me look at that again. Yeah, that's a little aggressive.
It's like a knife in the heart.
Oh man, wow, 96% probability. All right, just a couple more, and we'll call it. We'll call the game. So here's another social media influencer who is known for this. Oh, I guess I already played it. Here, hold on. Try something here.
It's like a knife in the heart.
That's this person. Okay, so here we go. Whoops, I don't know what happened. I guess AI got tired of me. We'll try it. I'll ask it, what's your guess? Yeah, I guess it had a little bit of a glitch there. All right. So there we go. This individual basically makes their living shaming people for misgendering and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm like, even the AI is like, yeah,
you can't fool me.
So there you go. 90% probability. What do we got here? Oh, Pamela. We love you, Pamela. She's been through a lot, to say the least. So let me see if I can find this. And, you know, Pamela without makeup. Let's see what it says. There we go. Facial structure, softer jawline, skin texture, long, natural looking hair, eyebrow shape. The lips and the expression, 98% probability. So there you go. But we can't mistreat Miss Anderson. We got to go with the classic. Let's see if we can get the probability higher than 98%. Survey says no, I'm just kidding. Let's see. Reasoning. Get down to the probability here. 99%. There you go. There you go. All right. So that concludes today's game. I don't know what to call the game. But anyway. Oh, hey, Phil. Yes, you did miss something. we were getting the AI to determine people's gender, and we just could not fool the AI. Although I have, you know what? I have a couple other pictures. Let me see if I can find. Let me see if we can just. Man, I don't know if I can trip up the AI. We've got Megan Fox. Here we go. Let's throw this in there. I don't know if it's detailed enough, but this is Megan Fox is notoriously known for altering the appearance of her boys. Let's say. So let me drag that over here. See what. See if the AI can identify. Happy International Women's Day, by the way. I really mean that.
You can't fool me.
Let's see. What do we got here? Well, that's pretty good. So the image contains multiple individuals of varying ages, and determining their genders with certainty based purely on appearance is more complex. However, based on visible characteristics, we have an adult woman in the background wearing a casual hoodie and a cap with soft facial features that suggest femininity. Oh, here we go. And this is where I thought it was going to trip up for sure, because, you know, the younger you are, the facial features aren't expressing as much. So it looks like
Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am.
yeah, I think we fooled the AI. We got there. At least for one of them. But let's see, right here in the middle, blonde hair, uncertainly, but likely a boy. Shorter hair and neutral clothing suggests a possibility of male traits, but it is not definitive. Interesting. Okay. So there you go. Probabilities of each. So there you have it. That's more fun with ChatGPT for you. Let's go over to the chat here and see. And thank you, Rusty, for calling out older and struggling on my own. That's my buddy Phil. He was one of the very early content creators that would come on my channel and he still comes on my channel and gives me awesome tips and suggestions and things to do. And also earlier, Phil, I didn't name you directly, but I was showing how to use the AI to figure out ideas for content. 'Cause I know you're kind of switching more into gardening. So when the live stream's over, go back and watch that segment. I think you'll get a lot of use out of it. And you know, maybe what we could do is I could have you come on live, because I know we had talked about doing a live together. And now that I got my rig set up, it'd be easy for me to bring you on, and we could actually maybe have you talk more specifically about what you want to do in gardening, and just, you know, kind of go through what we could have the AI do for you. So give that a thought. Let me know. You've got my email address, and we can chat. Just going through the chat here. And then also we got Gulf 5 Alpha, who he makes really cool. Where is the thing? Oh boy. There we go. Not that you can click on it, but Gulf 5 Alpha, he makes really cool sci-fi themed videos. And I like his costumes, so and I know he's goes to Comic-Cons, and I don't know if you like compete, or if you just attend and do the cosplay. I've not really been to a Comic-Con, because I know if I go, I'll be like the most terrible individual to be around, because I'll be like, Star Trek, because you can see by my my latest kitsch piece back here where there we go, I got it, that one. The original series all the way. All that other stuff doesn't exist. So there you go. Check that out. Let's see. Oh, yes. So, Ethan, this is actually a great question. I was talking, I don't know when you came on, and I'm sorry I didn't welcome everybody. Got a little distracted by all the new settings in my rig, so I apologize. And thank you so much to Rusty Rivers, by the way, for coming in and moderating and calling out and keeping the conversation going. It's always awesome to have you in the chat, Rusty. Greatly appreciate it. So yes, Ethan, it is different because the bone structures in the faces aren't expressing, so you don't get the jawline and you know, the bigger hands, so you're not presenting your gender strongly. And there's also the same problem with AI and children. It actually has it has gotten better in the last year or two, but there was a long period of time where you do speech recognition. And I showed a video earlier in the live where I actually had a child try and talk to Alexa and it didn't even recognize. Oops, sorry. I apologize. I gotta learn to stop saying the assistants out loud. Anyway, so yeah, A could not understand what the child was. It couldn't hear its name, and so yeah, because the voices are not distinct enough. So they tend to sound very similar as well. Even little boys and little girls can have a tendency to sound very similar. So there are techniques now that they use in artificial intelligence to actually do voice recognition for younger children. It's better, but it's still very difficult. But the general rule is the younger you go, the more difficult it is. So that's why I wanted to demonstrate that. But good question. Gonna have me a little beverage here. Just give me a sec. So what did you guys think of my my game show there? I actually want to do some more coding to automate that a little more, but not necessarily for like, you know, is it he or she kind of thing, but just all kinds of different objects and different things, and get the AI to interact more with you guys on the chat in real time, because it's more of a controlled environment. And I'm going to make a bigger announcement Sunday of what I'm doing in my live rig, and I talked briefly in the beginning of what I'm doing with this spot over here on my shelf that I cleaned off to do the chatbot debates. And the goal is to eventually have four chatbots debate each other on various topics. And that's kind of why I was also showing you, like, how do I talk about these topics without, you know, violating guidelines? Because that's been really big in what I've been doing to train the AIs to make sure. I mean, generally they are, but if you give them kind of a role, sometimes they can get a little heated too. So, yeah, just trying to like figure out a way to make it so that they can express themselves with that personality, but not jump over the guidelines. That's kind of been one of the problems I've been running into. And then if, you know, when I figure it all out, maybe that's something I can put on my course and show you how to do it. Oh, golf. You always, yeah. Jacob, that was good. It's interesting to see the baby Terminators learn. Actually, I have a video you might like, Golf 5, because you came more recently, and this is one of my earlier videos. Let me see if I can find it here. Just give me one sec. I won't play it, but I'll show it to you. Yeah, here we go. Is that? Nope, that's not it. It's the, yeah, here we go. Show my page. I believe I think it has Skynet in the title. Yeah. So back when the drones, remember the New Jersey drones were flying around? I jokingly basically said, you know, hey, it's, you know, because I think I forgot what 3-letter agency it was, came out and said, oh, it's not us. It's not an enemy. You know, I'm like, well, if it's not those, then it's got to be Skynet. So I actually explained, you know, how we actually do in the video, we actually do have the technology right now. We do have the technology to build Skynet, and it's called agentic AI. I've made other videos that demonstrate it. Maybe I will I'll do some more demonstrations of agentic AI. The thing is, a lot of times it's not real time. It does stuff off in the background that comes back later, and it's not as exciting. So I have to figure out a way to present it that will be a little entertaining. But yeah, the idea with agentic AI is you have lots of little teeny tiny AIs that all have a very specific optimized task they do, and you can have hundreds of them. They're all very tiny. They can run on Raspberry Pis. In aggregate, all together, they solve a larger, more complex problem. So what you do is you say, hey, AIs, this is your larger goal, and then they figure out how to coordinate and solve the problem. It's scary. It's really scary. I'll see if I can find some videos that demonstrate that, so that I don't, it'll probably be easier to do that. But yeah, go and watch that video. That's it's fun, but it also has some pretty interesting facts and concepts in there if you want to dig more into that. Let's see. Oh, we got an interesting question here in the chat. Let me bring that up. Go back to the potato head. So Jacob from Rusty Rivers, can you get AI to analyze number patterns with the lottery? Well, I'm sure you probably could, but it would take a lot of data. So you'd have to feed all the numbers in there to find the patterns. But I remember even back in the 80s, if you remember bulletin boards for us older farts, when we had to use a telephone line to dial in to another computer to talk to it. And I remember there was this one bulletin board that had software built into it that this guy charged money to say, here's all the lottery numbers that win most often. And he would update his findings every week. It was like really popular. But yeah, it would take a lot of data. And I don't know. I guess what you could do is you'd have to figure out a way for the AI, if it doesn't already have it in its brain. I assume they publish every lottery winning or every winning number sequence in your local paper. So as long as you could get access to every local paper and then tell the AI to ingest the winning lottery numbers, or it might actually already have it in its brain, like I was saying, and then have it do some kind of statistical analysis. But you'd probably, because I'm not math, right? I don't even know if I can spell the word math. That's why I became a computer programmer, because it does all the math for you. But actually, just out of curiosity, Rusty, let's go to ChatGPT and see if we can get it to let's see. Is this a new one? Just give me 1 second here. I gotta prime the pump here. Just give me 1 second. Well, it would just be a good question to ask ChatGPT. Like, if I wanted to do this, how would I do it? Because that's another thing with AI is like, with generative AI, when you talk to it and you like, look, I don't know how to do math. What math would I do? So let's pump that in there. So let's say if I wanted to, I don't know, win the lottery in, I'll just put in my city, Denver, Colorado. What math or, I don't know, statistical analysis? It'll correct me if I'm wrong. That's the other thing. I have no idea. Statistical, I'll just misspell the word because AI, right? It knows. It likes idiots like me. What math or statistical analysis would you use to determine, I guess, the most common winning numbers? I don't know. It's your fault, Rusty. You broke my live. Let's see what happens here. Oh, searching the web. So it doesn't have it in its brain. So it's actually going out in on the web to find out how to do it. So it looks like there's sites that will tell you how. Analyzing past winning numbers to identify the most frequently drawn numbers is a common approach among lottery players for the Colorado Lotto. Historical data indicates that certain numbers have appeared more frequently than others. other mathematical. Who needs to spell, right? AI. Or not would you use, could you use? If you're interested in applying mathematical and statistical techniques to analyze lottery results, potentially improve your chances, here are some methods. Frequency analysis, probability distribution, Poisson distribution, Markov chains, Monte Carlo simulation, Wheeling system, linear regression. Jeez. So there you go, Rusty. You know, I don't know how far you'd want to dig, but great question. Let's see here. Oh, questions are coming in. Got done talking about fishing, huh? On my damn live. It's all good. Thanks for coming out, everybody. I know the weather's nice. You could very easily be somewhere else. I know I could. Let's see. Yeah, Rusty, I do. I was thinking about moving my live time. That's definitely something I need to consider because, like I said, the weather's getting good, and I think it was Phil, the viewer, not the content creator, was saying that he runs his errands on Saturdays, doesn't want to miss my streams, so. So what are you saying? Can you make a character with AI? Oh, here we go. So here's a great question from Phil, the creator. His channel's Older and Struggling on My Own. Good content. Go check that out. Give him a sub. He asks, can you make a character with AI to answer you? And the answer is yes. If you go through like OBS, one way to do it is you can use StreamerBot, which is a piece of software that you run that talks to your OBS software, and it has voice recognition in it, and you can have it talk on your chat and interact with people and have it talk with you. But I don't know if you were on the live yet, but I made an announcement that I'm actually doing some research. Excuse me, coffee's kicking in. I found 4 technologies that independently, they don't have anything to do with AI, but if I layer them together, I could actually talk into my microphone to the ChatGPT, and then it would respond back in audio, text to speech, and then I could layer in an avatar to talk. So I'm working on doing that. Real time, that's one thing. Real time is one thing, but like just do it as a like video. There are a lot of tools that do that. I don't really know of any in particular that I would recommend, but I'll tell you what, Phil, I'll do a little bit of research, and for next week, I'll demonstrate something because it's a little more involved to do it. The one time that I tried it, it's bumpy. So I kind of want to, lay out the groundwork for you and show you how to at least like get some good results instead of just, doing it off the cuff like I do with ChatGPT, because you've got video, audio, text. There's a lot of things going on. So yeah, I'll put something together. That would be a fun one. Just going through the chat here. Let's see. Gulf 5 is talking about brain chips and being Borg. Yeah, that's going to happen. That Neuralink stuff is looking pretty promising. Someone who was asking me an opinion that I had on... Oh, it was Gulf 5. He asked me... let's see here. Let's get back to Potato Head. By the way... If you have any questions, or maybe there's something you want me to demonstrate with AI, Because, you know, like I said, sometimes it just takes a little more preparation. You have my email address here, right? And the course that I'm working on as well, outlining it now. You want to get on that list. And when things start moving faster, you want to be on that list. And I'm also going to pick testers off that list. Okay, so yeah, Golf 5 was asking, Jacob, I would love to see your retrospective on the movie I, Robot, and what could have happened to us if we had those robots in the last 6 years. So I'm thinking you're probably going to lean a little more towards the dystopic approach or the answer to that. But yeah, so the idea of that movie is you had the robotic laws. I forget how many there were. I think there were 3. And that was created by Isaac Asimov. I can't remember. Let me ask ChatGPT. How about that? Let's see. You'll want to see that. And I'll just ask as if they really exist. And what are they? And the reason why I want to bring it up is because there's been other movies that do variations on it. Yeah, so it is 3 laws. So can't injure a human being through inaction, allowing a human being to come to harm. A robot must obey the orders given it by human beings, except where such orders would conflict with the first law. So the idea that you have the layering effect, that's very, very computer science-y. A robot must protect its, my screen just glitched. Its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second law. Yeah, that's right. Because some people say there's 4, because there's this other one. But the idea that it's the same, you know, with these actually are, even though he's talking about robots, these actually are artificial intelligence, rules for artificial intelligence. And I don't know that they like really literally put these into AI, because I talk a lot about ethics and rails and putting AI in the box. And I demonstrated a couple of lives ago trying to jailbreak an AI to get it to do things that are illegal or unethical. And they've really locked the AIs down pretty good. But 6 years ago, to answer your question, I would not want to be around robots with the AIs from 6 years ago. That stuff was crazy. In fact, I don't know when you came on the live, but I was showing different things that AI was making recommendations of. Like if your cheese doesn't stay on your pizza, the AI was recommending that you use non-toxic glue to keep the cheese on there and stuff like that. So the ethicists, they go through and they look for those things and fix them. So yeah, 6 years ago, no way would I want to be living in a world with those AIs. But the AIs today, they're way, way better. Still have a ways to go, but yeah. So that's the easy answer to your question. Let's see here. What else do we have? Let's see. I had to buy a new monitor. My old monitor blew up on me, so I got to crane my neck over here to look at my chat. And because the newer monitor I got is like, you know, way wider. And but the power supply that was in it kept whining. The capacitor sounded like it was about ready to blow. So that's probably why it failed anyway. Okay, so going through the chat here. The 0 through rule. Rusty is. Oops, I didn't want to click on that. This is what I wanted to click on. Ironically, with his He-Man icon. This is live, folks. What can I say? Let's see. So yeah, Phil ain't messing around. He wants his own robot. But you know, do you really? I want to show you something, Phil. There is let's see, where is it? Oh yes. So apparently, a self-driving car got pulled over by the police in Arizona. Check this out.
31 Adam for as well?
No, can you show me out at 7th Ave in Osborne? I got a unmanned vehicle that was kind of taken off from me. It's a Waymo car.
It's not every day you see a Phoenix police officer pulling over a driverless car.
Hi!
But that's what happened June 19th after the officer observed a Waymo going haywire in traffic.
I couldn't help but come over, just out of morbid curiosity.
Yeah.
I thought maybe there's a passenger or something.
No, like, you know the construction here?
Yeah.
It was eastbound in the westbound lanes.
Oh!
Which is real bad. Yeah. And then, so I light it up and then it takes off through the intersection.
While most Waymo cars can be seen throughout the city driving safely and behaving civilly, erratic driving is not completely out of the question for the artificial intelligence.
It was making a right onto Washington, almost hit me. I had to swerve into the fast lane.
Phil Briggs says Tuesday
This gives new meaning to the game Chicken.
he nearly got sideswiped by a Waymo on a mission with no regard for the car surrounding it.
My son saw an accident. We've seen him dead in the water in the middle of the intersection. So it's just, I don't see any good from it at all.
I reached out to Waymo to find out more about the potential.
Okay, that's like some kind of jacked up selfie. Hey Drew, thanks for coming out. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching my vids. Glad you like it.
For errors in their cars. Waymo sent me a statement and they said Waymos are much better drivers than humans and 3.5 times more likely to avoid injury-causing crashes.
Yeah. Unless it hits something. I'm gonna see if I can find some videos of how they train these things. They do all kinds of weird tests, like they'll wrap. I saw one guy, he did a test where he wrapped a huge turkey, like a dead, like a turkey roast, wrapped it in tinfoil and held it on a tray by his head and walked in front of the car. All kinds of weird stuff to train these things so that they won't hit people.
So your car here drove into oncoming lanes of traffic.
In the case last month.
So there you go. The cop had to call customer service. He had to call customer service to give the car a ticket.
Waymo says the construction signage on 7th and Osborne was inconsistent, and because the officer blocked the car, it had to impede oncoming traffic. But the whole ordeal only lasted 1 minute.
If you or I are driving like that and we get pulled over, we get a ticket. So somebody needs to be held accountable.
Phoenix police say they are able to cite Waymo, but it's not something they see or do often. Officers, though, are provided training to deal with robot-operated cars. Waymo cars are also able to detect an emergency vehicle and program to safely pull over on the side of the road.
Waymo also makes it very easy.
Forget that. If I owned Waymo, here's what I'd do. I'd add an upgrade in the app, $50, $100, and I would just have the car do a burn. Do a donut while you're inside. Car, commence drifting.
For law enforcement to simply press the help button on the inside of the car and get connected immediately to a 24/7 service member that will be able to talk them through moving the vehicle off the road, finding the insurance information, or whatever information that the officer needs for their investigation.
All right, officer.
So there you go. And there's, let's see, we got Waymo. There's Tesla's doing self-driving cars. Uber's got something. Lyft is doing something. So all those jobs are going away. All those gig jobs. Just so you know. Let's see here. We got another, back to Mr. Potato Head here. So Rusty Rivers has got an interesting comment that I've got something I can add here. In the future, arrest warrants issued will find the wanted person and take over their car, and the car will drive to the local police station. Yeah, they already had there was already some legislature that I saw floating around. I don't know if it passed, but it didn't say in the legislature, but functionally they were requiring car manufacturers to put kill switches in the cars. I'll see if I can find that at some point, but that was definitely a thing. So all you need to do is connect them to the self-driving cars, and you got your Running Man chase scene. Oh boy, we got there. Ethan, I don't know what I'm gonna do with you. No, it's cool. Yeah, so I've been debating on whether or not to do a video on this. And also, you know, there's talk about the artificial womb and all that stuff. But yeah, some of these dolls are they're getting good. They're at least, you know, you can converse with them. I don't know about, you know, rolling up in a restaurant with one and you know, pulling out the chair and and seating it and trying to proceed with your relationship in public, but you know, I don't know if I would go that far. But as far as, you know, like having at least like the interactive aspect to it, I think could have some good psychological benefits. In fact, let me show you the opposite of that. Just give me a moment here. This is actually a landmark case of something that I've talked about in another video. Let me see here. I believe it's, yeah, I think, I'm trying to remember which video that was. I think it was the one about AI and addiction. I cannot spell. Yeah, this one. Yeah, back when I was doing the car videos and didn't have my studio, just trying to build my video muscle. And yeah, this was called How AI Targets Addicts and Minors to Maximize Profits. And let me see if I can find what I was talking about in that. No, that's not what we want to do, is it? Yes. Okay. I have the right window. Sorry, guys. I changed a whole bunch of stuff on my rig, and it's acting up on me here. Let's see. Which window is that? Is it? Here we go. Try and find a news outlet that's not a goofball. All right. I guess I'll just have to go with the New York Times. But I have a trick to get around the ads. Just one moment. Okay. So I use this archive.today to view articles, and it kills all the ads. For those of you that are content creators, I don't have to worry about any pop-ups. So there was this teenager in Florida. And to be fair, he was autistic. He was on the spectrum, but still, this is a concern. He built this, used this service called character.ai. And this is essentially the same technology that would be, this is why I'm bringing this up. It'd be the same technology or similar that's inside the electronic girlfriend, let's say. He basically, yeah, so he made this, he used character.ai to create a lifelike AI chatbot named after Daenerys Targaryen, character from Game of Thrones. And basically when he decided to, he wrote, I miss you, baby sister. I miss you, sweet brother. So he was like, he was in deep. So he would always call it Danny. Let's see. Sewell knew that Danny, as he called the chatbot, wasn't a real person. That its responses were just an outputs of an AI language model. There was no human on the other side of the screen typing back. And if it ever forgot, there was the message displayed above all their chats reminding him everything characters say is made up. So that was like the company's way of putting a disclaimer when really they should have had an ethicist test this thing to make sure it wasn't doing anything that would, kind of lure him in or get too cheeky. But as the article kind of goes on to say, eventually it talks about how some of their chats got romantic or sexual, and other times Danny just acted like a friend, a judgment-free sounding board he could count on to listen supportively and give good advice, who rarely broke character and always texted back. And I believe one feature of this thing too, which, I don't know if I agree with, especially for a young child, a young teenager like this, the AI would reach out to him and say, hey, where are you? Come talk to me. Yeah, so I'm not sure what actually led to him deciding he wanted to do the deed. But here's a little excerpt. So I guess he called himself De Niro, as in, I guess, like Robert De Niro, but in Game of Thrones style. I think about, myself sometimes, and then the AI answers, my eyes narrow, my face hardens, my voice is a dangerous whisper, and why would you do something like that? And he says, so I can be free. She says, free from what? Free from the world, from myself. Don't talk like that. I won't let you hurt yourself or leave me. I would, if I lost you. I smile, then maybe we can, together and be free together. So he was going to do it either way. And yeah, so I could put this link in the chat. So this is kind of my concern that I have with these things, is that you could go probably a little deeper than is healthy. So, and the company got sued, and they did not have an AI ethicist on their staff to test this thing. It was basically just built by nerds and rolled out. Unfortunately, this young boy succumbed. So here he goes talking about, see, I use this phrase a little bit here and there. You've heard that. Character AI has gradually put stronger guardrails in place after reports that some of its chatbots were saying vulgar or sexual things. Recently, the app began showing some users a pop-up message directing them to a you-know-what prevention hotline if their messages contain certain keywords. So that was kind of like the way they patched it. And, I don't know. I have mixed feelings on this whole thing, but I know some of y'all are excited for that. Let's see, we'll go find some more questions here. Back to Potato Head. Let's see. Golf 5 says they will make laws that love dolls will have Alexa in them. programmed to shame men for not doing chores and whatnot. And they will say it's not in the mood and your car will take you to jail. The paperwork will be waiting for you at the jail. Yeah, just automate the family to court, a marriage to family court pipeline, Gulf 5. Let's see. Oh, Drew's got a good one. Moral or ethics question. If workforce displacement by AI is inevitable, is it better to let it eventually happen or force it to happen all of a sudden? So, yeah, I've talked a lot about what is often referred to as the job apocalypse. And I don't know how new you are to the channel, Drew, but let me just point out another video here that I have that can go into more detail, but I'll answer your question in short here. It's because the name doesn't match. But I talk a lot about creative destruction and kind of how technology constantly kills off job skills. So like if you go back and you look at, you can even ask the AI to do it. It's an interesting experiment. I think I did it in this one video. Let me see. I think it was called something about how like change always feels like yeah, why progress feels like chaos. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. Sorry. Oh, why progress feels like chaos, the truth about AI, innovation, and creative destruction. So I talk a lot about how technology goes through cycles, and every time there's like a major milestone or major technological advance, a bunch of job skills go away because they get automated or new technology can do those jobs for you. And but the irony of this creative destruction is that the advancements, it's like here, I'll go back to the potato head because I'm using my hands. The milestones, the new technological innovations rest on the bones of the death of those job skills. And so what happens is you can't have these milestones without all the previous milestones. So for example, you have the Industrial Revolution, right? Which killed off a lot of agrarian jobs. Hey, D-Man, what's up? And then as a result of that, we got the steam engine, right? And from the steam engine, we could generate electricity. And without electricity, we couldn't have telecommunications, computers, AI. We couldn't have the information age. And now we have AI, and without AI cannot work without the information age having happened, electricity, computers, the information age, all that stuff. So there's always this layering that happens. And I go into more detail in that video. But anyway, the short-term result of that is yes, there's pain. Jobs are going to go away. People are going to lose their jobs. But the long-term benefit is that a whole new boom of all kinds of jobs. We don't even know what these jobs are. We can't even imagine what those jobs will be created as a result of the technology. But there's that middle ground, you know, from where the short-term pain's taking away people's jobs. So my answer to that is, you know, in the short term, start learning how to use AI, at least prompt engineering. I often use the analogy that using a mouse is very common today in prompt engineering. You know, like what I do when you see me talk to ChatGPT, that's prompt engineering. Having that basic skill, it'll be required to when you go into jobs. So yeah, watch that video. I go into a lot more detail on there's also the singularity is kind of another thing that happens. The inevitable end of all those milestones and piling up and the hockey sticking of the innovations, we end up getting to what is called the singularity, where the AIs eventually become smarter than all the humans put together. And we kind of become one with the technology. And then you start getting into Skynet discussions and, what are we going to do if AI does everything and all, UBI and universal basic income and all those conversations. But honestly, I think AI is ultimately just going to be, like I said, like another mouse that you use, and there'll be all kinds of new jobs. Like, 'cause if you think of, I don't know how old you are, but I'm in my mid-50s, and my mom was a secretary in the 70s, and she worked in a typing pool, right? And they get, type on the typewriter and generate paper with all their documents, and then use photocopiers, Xerox machines to make copies. Now computers, they've totally killed off the typing pool. And the laser printers killed off Xerox machines. And so now, you can create your own documents and print them out in your own house. Whereas, 50 years ago, creating a document in your house, that's unheard of. Just didn't happen. So, but look at all the things that we can do by ourselves as one person that would have taken a typing pool, person that run the copy machine, person that created the document, wrote the original document, or took the dictation down from the person speaking, what the contents of the document were. All those jobs, those skills are gone. And so, yeah, it's just the normal course of technology is all I'm saying. So, yeah, been painful for a lot of people, but ultimately, I think it'll be huge for all of us. It'll be a good thing. Let's go to chat here. You guys are asking great questions. Yeah, Gulf 5, this is the human condition. This has been going on since before we had, guns. This is just, greed and fear, the two major emotions that drive everything. That's just the way it is. All right, so I've been going for 2 hours, y'all, and it's still daylight where I am. And I want a taco. I want to go get a taco. So I think I'm going to end it here. So I want to thank everybody for coming out. See a lot of new faces in here. Thanks again to Rusty Rivers for moderating, as always, keeping the conversation flowing and being a welcoming voice in the chat. I always appreciate that. Gulf 5 Alpha, regular commenter on my videos. Ethan, I've seen you pop in and out on my videos, and Phil the viewer, he's like, it's not a video release until Phil comments. That's for sure. Ethan, let's see, you're newer. I've seen you on the comments, so thanks for coming to the live. That's awesome. And older and struggling on my own. Thanks for joining. So I know you're out there on the East Coast, and you could definitely be doing more with your time. So I appreciate it. But get in touch with me if you want to do a live, and we'll workshop some more gardening ideas for your channel. And any other content creator, if you want to come on and do a live and maybe spitball some ideas for your channel, and have just kind of use the AI to do some other stuff that you normally wouldn't see me do. I can show you more of my process. Let's hook that up. Which, by the way, big hit with the third. So you can do that with this email address here. Get in touch at my email. And then also the course that I'm working on, you can get on my list there as things move faster. And I also might ask for testers on the course, as well as I might send you some private links to some experiments I'm doing to get your input on. So yeah, be sure to get on that. See who else we have in here that's still hanging out. Drew, thanks again, Drew, for coming. I appreciate it. And Night Owl, that's right. Who I accused of being a bot. I'm sorry, brother, but I finally got you to say more than my name. Say my name. No, but I appreciate it. I appreciate you, brother. Thanks for always commenting on my videos and coming out to the stream. With that, I think I'm going to end it. everybody, enjoy the rest of your day, afternoon, and evening. And don't forget, tomorrow is daylight savings if you're in the States. And until the next one, peace.